Scandal in a five-star hotel. Jude Bellingham and the secret behind closed doors. Madrid, a hot early summer night. Jude Bellingham, Real Madrid's brightest star that season, had just scored the decisive goal in El Clasico. The whole city seemed to explode. After the match, Bellingham retreated to a luxury hotel in the center, away from the lights and press cameras. However, in the dark, scandal began to creep in. A shady clip appeared on an underground website. A tall, athletic man was secretly filmed from behind as he entered a hotel room with a strange girl, blonde, wearing dark glasses, hot body. Quickly, netizens began to analyze, from tattoos, hairstyle to limited edition sneakers, and the name Jude Bellingham was mentioned. The girl in the video, believed to be a French high-class call girl, is named Elodie Marceau, a familiar face in the European underground elite, rumored to have had affairs with several Dubai businessmen and League One players. It didn't stop there. 3 days later, an anonymous letter was sent to the famous sports newspaper Marca, accusing Jude Bellingham of paying €25,000 for a night with Elodie, and more importantly, the incident was secretly filmed by a third person, believed to be Jude's own personal bodyguard. According to the letter, the bodyguard wanted to blackmail Jude after being unexpectedly fired. But when everything was exposed, Elodie, who had been living in the shadows, had disappeared without a trace. The police got involved, but were unable to contact the girl. Bellingham denied the allegations at a press conference, calling it a sick joke and an attempt to ruin his reputation. His lawyer vowed to sue anyone who spreads false information. But the internet is not easy to forget. Memes, the hashtag Bellingham affair are all over social media. Some fans still believe him, but others are starting to have doubts. Why did Jude suddenly close his personal account? Why didn't Real Madrid come forward to defend him? A later investigation showed that the clip was staged. The man in the video was a model hired to impersonate Jude, and Elodie never left Paris that night. But, the scandal left a certain stain on Bellingham's already soaring career. 2. The midnight call, when Elodie returns. 3 weeks after the fake clip was confirmed, things seemed to have calmed down. Jude Bellingham was back in training, smiling for the camera as if nothing had happened. But in the darkness, a terrifying undercurrent began to rise. On a Saturday night, at 2:13 a.m., Jude's personal phone rang. An unknown number, a French prefix. He tried to hang up, but the ding of a text message stopped him. Tu sais que c'est vrai. If you keep quiet, the real clip will be released. 48 hours. €100,000. Bitcoin. Below was a 13-second video, this time a close-up of Jude, half naked, lying on a bed, a girl sitting next to her, curly blonde hair, dimmed lights. It was Elodie. Jude was stunned. This clip was no longer a fake. He remembers that night. After the Champions League win, some players were invited by acquaintances to a private party. He drank, lost his guard, and woke up with a hazy memory. He immediately called his manager. A crisis communications team was assembled. Jude wanted to pay hush money. But there was a problem. Elodie had disappeared from all communications, and the sender of the message, no one knew. 3. The hunt in the dark. They hired a hacker. After 6 hours of tracking, the IP address was located at a small hotel in Monaco. Jude sent a confidant, but when they arrived, the room was empty, save for a printed photo from the clip, handwritten on the back. I don't need money, I need your reputation to collapse. The French police got involved. But as Elodie's true identity is investigated, a shocking truth emerges. Elodie is no ordinary call girl. She was the ex-girlfriend of a player Jude accidentally kicked out of Real Madrid. She didn't act alone. Behind her lies a network of underground people who specialize in staging scandals, secretly filming, and blackmailing celebrities. One of them has already ruined the careers of 2 of Europe's top singers. This time, the target is Jude, because he is too clean, too famous, and too vulnerable to his flawless Prince Charming image. 4. The counterattack. Jude strikes back. Jude decides not to pay. Instead, he cooperates with the international police to lure the blackmailer out. A fake exchange is staged in Nice. A USB drive containing €100,000 in cryptocurrency is left in a cafe near the port. A girl in a baseball cap and sunglasses walked in to get the USB, and was immediately arrested. It wasn't Elodie. It was her assistant, who had all the original clips and threatening messages. "We just wanted to make him lose control," she said. "But we didn't expect him to hit back so hard." A few days later, Elodie was arrested in Italy while trying to leave Europe on a fake passport. 5. The end or the beginning. The incident shocked the sports world. Many players were confused, clubs tightened security on their personal lives. Jude Bellingham appeared on TV, calmly saying, "I'm not perfect, but I can't be defeated by a video." Fans were divided. One side supported Jude for facing up and not compromising. The other side was still whispering, if he was really innocent, why did he have that video? And Jude? He still played, scored, and smiled. But in his eyes, there was always a hint of caution. Because he knew, scandal never ends, it just lulls, waiting to flare up again. 6. The final truth. The man behind the curtain. After Elodie was arrested in Italy, it seemed like the end of the story. She confessed everything, admitting to staging the scandal, filming secretly, and blackmailing. She claimed that she acted out of broken hearts and resentment, after her ex-lover, a young player named Luka Mercier, was released by Real Madrid, because Jude Bellingham took his place, Luka said. However, when the police examined Elodie's phone, they found something that shocked everyone. More than 70 encrypted calls to an unknown number, using a private satellite network. The investigators suspected Elodie was not the mastermind. She was just a pawn. Someone had planned it from the beginning, too meticulous, too sophisticated, and too personal. A name appears, Sergio M. From the extracted data, a strange name appears repeatedly in Elodie's conversation, Sergio M. At first, people thought it was a businessman, or a European gangster. But when Elodie's bank account data was traced, there was a huge amount of money transferred through a series of fake companies, which eventually led to an unexpected name. Sergio Marquez, former assistant coach of Real Madrid's youth team. A person who worked directly with both Luka Mercier and Jude Bellingham. 7. The feud in the dark. In the past, Sergio was the one who supported Luka, seeing him as his own son. But when Jude arrived and shone too quickly, the coaching staff decided to remove Luka's name to give Jude a development position. That made Sergio angry. He was removed from power and eventually forced to quit in silence. Sergio did not forgive. He secretly built a long-term revenge plan, connecting with Elodie, investing money, hiring hackers, creating an underground media network. The goal, to take down Jude with the good boy image he built. The final blow, undeniable. After Sergio's identity was exposed, an unreleased clip was released. In the video, Jude, bloodshot eyes, clearly drunk, said to the camera, "I am tired of this clean image. It's all an act. What do you want? I have money. I have girls. I have power." This clip shocked the entire football world. All justifications became meaningless. Although the clip was suspected of being edited, this time, public opinion was no longer on Jude's side. 8. The price of fame. Jude Bellingham was not arrested, not convicted. But the ideal star image collapsed completely. Advertising contracts were cancelled. Some fans turned their backs. The Real board were forced to send him abroad, quietly and painfully. Elodie was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Sergio Marquez disappeared soon after the scandal broke. No trace of him could be found. Ending. A warning. 2 years later, in a rare interview in Japan, where Jude was playing for a new club, the reporter asked, "If you could do it all over again, would you do it differently?" Jude just looked into the camera, smiled, and said slowly, "Yes. I wouldn't trust anyone who smiled at me, when I was at my peak." The screen faded to black. A line appeared. In this world, the truth is less important than who controls the story.